whether you're a kid living at home or an adult who's already flown the nest, and perhaps even has a family of your own. Unfortunately, having a narcissistic and toxic stepmother can be an emotional and challenging experience. Dealing with such a person requires practical coping strategies and an understanding of their debilitating behavior. Their characteristics will include 1. Self-centeredness. A narcissistic stepmother will exhibit extreme self-centeredness. She often needs to be the center of attention, regardless of the emotional or physical needs of the stepchildren or other family members. The narcissistic stepmother expects constant admiration and special treatment. 2. Manipulation. The narcissistic stepmother may use manipulation to create conflict and tension within the family, or to maintain influence over the household or your father. They seek control by distorting the truth or pitting family members against one another. A stepchild may experience emotional manipulation in the form of guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or situations where they feel obligated to meet the stepmother's needs at the expense of their own. 3. Lack of empathy. Emotional neglect is a hallmark of toxic behavior. Whether an adult living elsewhere or a minor still living at home, a narcissistic stepmother may fail to provide any kind of emotional support, so leaving one feeling isolated, misunderstood, and invalidated. In fact, a narcissistic stepmother may even show favoritism to others while making unfair demands or criticisms towards her stepchildren. This can result in self-esteem issues. 4. Taking the father away. A narcissistic stepmother may monopolize the father's time and affection, leaving little room for his relationship with his children. This behavior may be deliberate, as narcissists often seek to control and isolate their partners, removing any competition for attention, so leaving a son or daughter feeling neglected and distant from their biological parent. Not everybody is in the same boat when it comes to narcissistic stepmothers. Both interpersonal dynamics and family history vary. Living situations also vary. Life is not fluid, and everybody has their own story to relate. Nonetheless, there are a number of practical strategies for coping that one can employ to protect themselves and mitigate the emotional impact. Some may apply more than others. 1. Recognize manipulative tactics. Recognize that a narcissistic stepmother may be guilt-tripping you, isolating you, or twisting situations to suit her own narrative. Identifying such behavior is the first step in preventing them from negatively impacting you and your relationships. 2. Set clear boundaries. Establishing firm boundaries is crucial when dealing with a narcissist. Be clear about what behaviors you will and will not tolerate. For example, if your stepmother tends to belittle you or interfere in your relationships with your father or siblings, then calmly but firmly state your boundaries. 3. Avoid engaging in power struggles. Narcissistic stepmothers thrive on control and attention. Engaging in arguments or trying to change their behavior can be futile and may even escalate the situation. Instead, try to remain calm, non-reactive, and disengage from confrontational scenarios. 4. Emotionally detach. One of the most effective ways to deal with a narcissistic individual is to practice emotional detachment. Understand that her behavior is not your fault, but rather a reflection of her own issues. By not taking her actions personally, you can reduce the emotional impact on yourself. 5. Limit contact. If the relationship with your stepmother becomes too toxic, it may be necessary to limit your interactions with her. This can include setting a marker on how often you see or speak to her. Reducing contact will help in protecting your own emotional well-being. 6. Acceptance. Such is the personality of a narcissist that you may never have the positive relationship with them that you desire. Accepting this reality can help you adjust your expectations and avoid further emotional disappointment. It is important to come to terms with the fact that their behavior is unlikely to change, so instead focus your attention on managing your response to it. 7. Protect your relationship with your father. If your narcissistic stepmother tries to come between you and your father, it is important to communicate directly with him. Express your feelings without blaming your stepmother. Focus on maintaining a connection with your father. This may involve having difficult conversations, but it is crucial to safeguard you and your father's relationship from manipulation. 8. Seek support. Navigating life with a narcissist can be incredibly isolating. It is essential to build a support system of friends and family, or a therapist who understands your situation and can offer guidance. Talking to someone who has experience dealing with narcissistic behavior can help you feel validated, whilst also offering strategies for coping. 9. Protect your mental health. Dealing with a narcissist can be mentally draining. Make sure to prioritize your own mental health. Take a walk, be productive, get a hobby, do some exercise, eat and sleep well. Solution-focused therapies can help you process feelings of betrayal and resentment. 10. Relax, meditate. Meditation and guided visualizations are wonderful ways of taking control of your own emotional well-being, while at the same time increasing your own personal empowerment. In fact, right now, take a few deep breaths and imagine yourself emotionally detached from your stepmother, having set clear boundaries and expectations while still experiencing a strong and vital relationship with your father. Just picture that scenario right now in your mind. Feel drawn and attracted to it. Breathe in positivity and breathe out negativity. Visualizing is a wonderful way of bringing calmness and clarity into your life. It's now time to bring your attention back into the room. You are feeling wide awake,